Down syndrome is a genetic disorder that affects 1 in 691 babies born in the United States. There are more than 400,000 people living with Down syndrome in the United States. Down syndrome results from there being an extra portion of chromosome 21 in all or some of their cells. Down syndrome is typically characterized by low muscle tones, slightly flattened facial profile, and an upward slant to the eyes. Most people with Down syndrome experience cognitive or mental developmental delays, which are usually mild to moderate, but each person is a unique individual and will be affected to different degrees. People with Down syndrome attend school, work, and contribute to society in many wonderful ways. Although children with Down syndrome may look or act a little differently, they have feelings just like everyone else. They want to have friends to play and hang out with, and are hurt and upset when other kids exclude them or make fun of them. How do you feel when someone does that to you? So, what is the name of Brandon's disability?
Down syndrome.
And can you describe his disability?
Well, Down syndrome is they're born with an extra chromosome. So they're just like any other, okay, it depends on the level of disability that they have because there's different levels. So they're still able to do everything that a normal child does, except they're, they're never going to be able to drive a car because they can't focus or know, this is dangerous. Green light, stop, red light, go. Where's it the other way around? But their mentality is just delayed, and there's other parts that are, advanced. But with Brandon, he's pretty good at electronics. He can do a lot of things with his iPad. He loves his iPad. Down syndrome children have a delay in speech, but they're able to do their everyday life as far as getting dressed, eating, telling you when they're hungry, brushing their teeth, going to bed, getting up in the morning, going to school. They're just delayed mentally. Brandon's disability, I used to think would be he would be bullied by kids, but other kids, especially if they grow up next to him, and he's got a huge personality. Brandon will go up to anybody on the street and say, "Hi, what's your name?" My name is Brandon. So once they get to know him, he's got that energy where it brings people towards. It just pulls them towards him. So he's not no different than you or me. It's just he's slower.
And what are some of his favorite activities?
His iPad, SpongeBob. He loves to watch SpongeBob and monkeys. He's had a thing with monkeys since he was born. He would come home and do sign language with them. Like whatever he learned in sign language when he had the one-on-one and signing, he would sit his monkeys around and do, whatever they taught him. It was like he was teaching his monkeys. Monkeys is his favorite toy.
And what is one of the hardest things about Brandon's disability?
Knowing that he's not, going to be able to live on his own. He's always going to need supervision, even as an adult. I mean, people take advantage of people with a disability, and there's always going to be somebody that's going to take advantage of that, and that's what I'm scared of.
And how can other kids be helpful to Brandon?
Just understand that he's different and not treat him different, but know that he's different. And just by them knowing more about these children with disabilities and having them understand, I think would be a good way these children with disabilities growing up in a normal life is having peers understand that they're different, but yet they still have the same feelings You know, they get their feelings hurt. They cry just like you and me. They bleed like you and me. So having them understand what disability is would help Brandon.